Hey Yesterland fans, and welcome back to another episode of The Toys That Made Sense. On today's episode, we're going over another installment of Mattel's Masterverse, Masters of the Universe, Revelations collection. That's right, we're going over Stratos. Remember this? The new Eternia just came out here just a little bit ago. I've got him in studio. Probably one of my most favorite characters in the line. Now, I know I say this a lot about the Masters of the Universe stuff, but Stratos was really one of those favorite characters of mine. I've always loved things that deal with flying in the air or sea life and stuff like that. So when I saw this one come out, I knew I had to get him in this 7-inch line and get him into the collection. So you know what to do. Grab your favorite beverage and snack, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, guys, here we go. Stratos in studio. So taking a look at it, we get the typical box from the Masterverse collection. Now, this is announced to us as part of the new Eternia set, which has been ongoing with like the Barbaric He-Man and the Barbaric Skeletor and things like that. Yeah, this is Stratos. So looking at the box, 30 points of articulation, little barcode up there on top, Masterverse on the top there, getting into this beautiful bubble of display window of Stratos in there with all of his accessories. Masters of the Universe, new Eternia, Stratos, brought to you by Mattel. Flipping it to the side, nice little graphic of Stratos here. Not a bad looking little graphic, but nothing much to it. He's just standing there giving us a nice pose. And then on the back, we see Stratos here and a little bit of a tidbit on his backstory of what's going on. So from the top, Masters of the Universe, new Eternia, original designs inspired by classic concepts. Stratos, winged warrior. Once the majestic mystic mountain now lay scattered in ruined shards across the oceans of Eternia, Stratos reforms Avion as a nest of island outposts, protecting ships from pirates, marauders, and worst of all, Merman and his suboceanic, I guess, monsterities through hardship and turmoil. Stratos proves to be the most resilient of the new Eternia warriors. Down in the bottom, we've got Evelyn, Frosta, Roboto, and Stratos, and also saying here available in this line, Mattel exploring or empowering the next generation through play and all the legal mumbo jumbo with recycling, barcode, and all that stuff. On the side, Stratos, winged warrior, and that's it. So not a bad looking box for the new Eternia setup. So without further ado, let's get him out. All right, I've got Stratos out of box, so let's take a look at him. With this set, you get 5 accessories, unless you want to include like his mask connection here and his winged arms that can come off, it appears. Now, let me tell you something. Looking at these look a little funky, right? This one over here on his left arm's kind of laying down, and this one over here is kind of flexed up. That's just because of the way he was in the bubble pack and all that. And you can obviously pull these out for and hold them and probably apply a little bit of heat and probably get a little bit of better of a mold or a sculpt, if you will. I will say, though, they were pretty loose from the get-go. As you can tell, they're kind of loose here around his bicep, especially if you rest it right here on his cuff, down on his wrist. So they're kind of loose, but I think they're meant to be loose so you can kind of maneuver it around. I wish you would have been able to kind of tighten these up, but it doesn't look like you can because they're connected to the lower half of the wing. But overall, this sculpt on Stratos is a beautiful, beautiful sculpt of him. I'm really liking the colors. I like how his vest is, you know, that popping out of that blue and all that. But we'll get into that in a second. We've got this new mask accessory that goes to his tank for oxygen, I'm assuming. And just overall, he's a very solid figure, and he stands really, really well right out of the package. So let's get into the accessories real quick. We get this a pliable plastic here. It's soft. You can pretty much, you know, bend it however you need to. Not a lot of design going on, but we know what it is. It's supposed to be his oxygen mask. And then moving into like his weapon, which is some kind of staff and majestic crystal, if you will, of some sort. It's not bad. It's got a nice little feature there with that little bulb and that little crystal there. We get a couple sets of hands here, open hands versus closed hands that he has. And then we get this small backpack. Now, I was a little kind of taken back on this. I thought this backpack looked a little too small. And where it connects here, I think this design personally should have been a little bit bigger, but it's not. So I don't know if I'm sold on that. It looks like it should have been a bigger backpack, but anyways, with that being said, here's Stratos in a nutshell, working down from the feet up. We've got some nice articulation there in the ankle. It just kind of rocks side to side. He's got some detail in the feet. He's got like these bird-like feet with these little wings on tops of his feet. He bends at the calf on the back muscle here. So we got 2 points of lines. They actually line up really, really well. I'm surprised. And then moving into the pinless knee joints, he was actually really easy to move and maneuver right out of the box. Left leg being a little bit more loose than the other one. Moving up into the belt and the loincloth area, we get nothing underneath. We just get his bird feathers here and his belt. It does not appear to come off. Moving up into the wrists, we got wrists that bend inward and outward, as you can tell, inward and outward. They rock 360 here. They move 360. Moving up into the bicep, again, these are pinless from what I can tell. Yep, they're going to be pinless on the butterfly joint, but there is some restriction because of his wings. So they're going to get caught there right around that bicep. Now, it does look a little bit of chunky, if you will, and kind of not proportioned very well, but I think the wings here kind of mask that in a perfect way. So I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. Same thing on the left arm. And then moving up around the abdomen area, we get the oxygen tank set up where the mask is going to connect into to where he gets his oxygen from. And then moving up onto the abdomen itself, we don't have an ab crunch here. It just rotates side to side on the waist. And then moving up into the chest piece, I notice mine is off center a little bit, and I don't know if I can maneuver that a little bit more and kind of play with that, heat that up and get it kind of center more. I might be able to do it by just kind of forcing it here, if you will, over to the right. And it looks kind of like I got it back center. Not much. It's kind of moving off on his chest to the left, so I'm probably going to have to play with that a little bit. And then moving up around the collar, we get these feathers that stand out. We got two-tone here, so we got a shinier red on top and a duller red on the bottom. And it just gives it that extra little pop and sheen around the neck with his feathers, as you can tell, moving it around. And then we get into this beautiful, in my opinion, head sculpt and representation of Stratos. I really, really dig this. He's got those big black eyes. We got that blue outline. We got that gray beard, and we got that red helmet or cowl, if you will. And it comes back to this nice point. So great feature and rendition that they added here. In my opinion, this is probably one of the better classics characters that they've brought back into the line. I like this. I like this rendition of him with a twist and a little bit of a new update. So without further ado, let's get this guy accessorized. So we're going to go ahead and put on his mask now. So it appears that it just comes right over the head and the cowl. It just slides right down over the face, if you will. And you can set him up to where it comes right down over his face. And then it's going to plug right there into that abdomen piece of his oxygen tank. If you want to pose him this way. So that's actually kind of a really cool design and setup. Now, for my purposes, I don't know if I'm going to pose him this way, but I like it. I think it's cool. I just think I'm going to go with the classic Stratos head look when it comes time to posing him. And then moving in, he gets his weapon, which is like a staff and crystal for his mystic powers, you know, shooting out whatever his superpower is, or his weapon of desire, if you will. Now, I don't remember Stratos having an original weapon. I believe he came unweaponized in the 5.5, but I could be wrong. He could have had like that orange blaster like Manny Faces, or one of the red ones like Zodak. But now here's where we get into an area where I don't know if this is going to proportion well enough. I remember the ones on the 5.5s being a little bit bigger. So this is where I'm kind of concerned. So easily so, it looks like it just snaps in there on the top and then it slides down like so, which I'm not having that, cannot get that to pop in there. Let's see here. Well, it looks like possibly the rings stay on, and then this is going to pop on his backpack here. And then I don't know why those are not sliding in. So this is, there we go, kind of hard. And then I believe these blue pieces are going to connect straight on to the backpack like so. There we go. There we go. So, I don't know. You guys let me know. Do you think this backpack is too small on him? Is it proportioned just right? I just remember it being a bigger backpack on the 5.5. I feel like you can't really see it from him standing, if you will, like it's hidden. And I remember that being one of his significant pieces in the 5.5. So I don't know. You let me know. What do you think? I like it. It's a neat design. It just looks a little small. I feel like it needed to be a little bit bigger. Other than that, guys, this is it. This is Stratos, probably one of the better looking figures right now with this line. You get these two hands here again. Like I said, they're open hand. I'm not going to pull them apart. You guys get the gist of it. So for the purpose of this video, we're just going to leave him the way he is. Guys, if you like this video, as you always do, I appreciate your likes. I appreciate your subscriptions. I appreciate you sharing this video amongst the toy community. You can follow me on all of my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I am on Patreon. I really don't monitor it that much anymore because I really, you know, it is what it is. But guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one.